So,
Alright,
because I can chop this.
Recording now and playing on 3. 1, 2, and 3.
I wasn't gonna do this one, but I decided I need to. New music. These are the confessions of a band geek. Time to get personal. If I could, I'd probably do things differently. These are the confessions of a band geek. Reminiscing, thinking how I got to where I'm at. Throwback before I even learned how to rap. Tell my story kinda sorta like my diary. These are the confessions of a band geek. Music molded me and made me, me. If I could, I'd probably do things differently. I used to only take my horn home once a week. These are the confessions of a band geek. 5th grade, I remember it like yesterday. I saw the band and decided I wanted to play. I tried the trombone and the sax, but that wasn't fun. I always had rhythm, so I wanted to play the drums. But ain't nothing happening, I guess it was too late. I decided I ain't want to play them anyway. Then the director told me give the cornet a try. Handed it to me and told me to try to make a sound. Watching the hands to make sure I had the form down. Couple people staring, so I'm not trying to look stupid now. Played it so loud, I had everyone looking around. From that moment, I decided it was on. 5th and 6th grade passed, I was still going strong. 7th grade, my folks was glad I was serious about something. Moms took me up to Sadler's and bought me my own trumpet. For real. Before I even learned how to rap. Tell my story kinda sorta like my diary. These are the confessions of a band geek. Music molded me and made me, me. If I could, I'd probably do things differently. I used to only take my horn home once a week. 8th grade at Waldo, everything switched. That's when I met Mr. Conrad and Mr. Tripp. New beginnings, never seen nothing like this. Private school to public school, I had to get a grip. Met a gang of homies that I loved like my brothers. Straight clowning up in class, couldn't tell us nothing. Walked to school every day with Louis Sotero. Was taken way too soon, we'll see you again though. Freshman year at East High, man, it flew by. Still all up in my shell, I was super shy. Was cool with all the jocks, cause my brother Hoop, my cousins Treese and Ann had me plugged with all the ladies too. Sophomore year, it felt like having pep band. Playing in the stands, drunk off 211. At the games, me and Vernon used to wild out. And all my fellow band geeks know what I'm talking about. Straight up. Before I even learned how to rap. These are the confessions of a band geek. Music molded me and made me, me. If I could, I'd probably do things differently. I used to only take my horn home once a week. The year was when I started skipping class. My mom had found out, I guarantee she kicked me. Did football one year and also did track. I threw the shot put in the disc, but really I was whack. Playing the trumpet was the only thing I stuck with. And that was only because my moms wouldn't let me quit. Hardly took my horn home being lazy. I was good, and that's what drove Mr. Kazi shot crazy. Can't forget the day he told me he was disappointed. Said I could have done something with the music if I wanted. The Walt Disney Parade marching, that's what my vision to be. And the artist really got started. But everything I know now, I wish I knew it then. I would have realized this music is my calling. So all the shorties coming up, remember no matter what, time is precious, don't waste it, no stalling, go all in. Throwback before I even learned how to rap. Tell my story kinda sorta like my diary. These are the confessions of a band geek. Music molded me and made me, me. And if I could, I'd probably do things differently. I used to only take my horn home once a week. These are the confessions of a band geek.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:03 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is Thursday.
It is the third.
It is the third Thursday. Thirsty. Thurgood Marshall. So many thurs today. We have great guests today, and we have news for you guys as well. We have Claudia, Karina, and Elisa of VNA Health Care with us. How you ladies doing?
You're doing well. Thank you for asking and for having us here. It's exciting to be here with you.
Glad to see you. How's the coffee?
It's amazing.
It's great.
Very
Thank
tasty.
you.
Thank you.
Can we do a community sip? We all sip it up? Sip it up?
Yeah. Take a sip. Hey. Salud.
Good morning.
Good
This is
morning.
the best way to start the morning. Coffee.
So we got some things to talk about. VNA has events coming up this weekend. And you guys have had a lot of upcoming and ongoing events and everything. But before we talk about the specifics, if we can, let's just go around and get a little piece of a hello from you ladies. Mm-hmm. We will start with you, ma'am. Let us know who you are.
Good morning. My name is Karina Suarez-Darden, and I'm one of the community health liaison at VNA Health Care. I cover pretty much the Aurora area.
All right.
Good morning. My name is Claudia Lopez. I am community health liaison at VNA Health Care, and I cover Will County, which is Bolingbrook, Romeoville, and Joliet. That's where we have our locations.
Okay.
Thank you.
And good morning y buenos dias. My name is Elisa Lara, and I actually cover a little bit of everything. I'm mainly up north for Elgin and Bensonville, Carroll Stream, but I always come on over here to Aurora. It's like my second home now.
Yeah, it is.
I am the nurse, and so I do the outreach nurse part. So I pretty much help cover their areas as well. So whenever they need a nurse, I come and join the party.
So a quick question that I have for you ladies then, since you represent VNA at different locations, but it's all community. How are things looking now? We know COVID was bad and a detriment for us. What's your opinion of things right now? I know we don't have a crystal ball to see the future, but how are you feeling? Are we optimistic that we've got enough people vaccinated and healthy, or is there still work to be done?
I think we did very good with the vaccination. We were really busy. Even last year was really crazy busy for us, especially for Elisa, because she was doing a lot of the vaccination clinics outside the clinic. So we were doing a lot of events in the community. We were making sure people had the access to be vaccinated. If they were afraid to come to the clinic, to get out of their houses. So we were doing a lot of events in all the locations, all the counties that we covered, and we think it's going to for good. Everything. A lot of people got vaccinated, so we are thinking how it's moving forward. Everybody feels better because they are vaccinated. Everything is under control. They know what the measurements that what to take, how to prevent, and how to look for the signs to be if you're sick, and what to look for assistance and help with the doctors going to if they don't want to come to the clinic, they have the option to do the telehealth appointments if they don't want to get out of their house.
Right. Okay.
I think one of the challenges was that people were very apprehensive and not sure and waiting for everybody else. So I think during the time frame that we had trying to conquer and getting everybody vaccinated, we were going to locations to like apartment complexes. We were going to nursing homes. We've gone to different areas. Right now, we've even gone to homes, especially for those who are not able to leave their houses. So I think we've really tried to work with our community. How can we serve them better? And it's hopeful right now because what I focus more on is how many hospitalizations do we have? Has that gone down? There was a time where there was no ICU beds. I have a lot of friends who work in ICU. And that's been such a challenge because it's really difficult to try to get assistance if you can't have a bed to go to, and I think that's really what kind of is a marker. Yeah. And right now it seems like those numbers are more controlled. I think that's the stats pretty much give us that hope, and that's why right now, we're hopeful. But I just think there's always the mutations and what's going to happen, and it's always scary. So I feel like, we still need to take precaution, don't get too confident because we don't know what happens. There's always a mutation that can always come back. You see how many we've had already, you know, so
exactly.
what are we, you know, that's just something very common. Look at what happens with the flu. Every year we have a different one. So I think we need to make sure we always wash our hands, maintain isolations when we know somebody is sick, you know, make sure that, you know, you take care of it, maintain health, which is my focus always, you know. You have to eat healthy and try to, because you know your body can only do so much, you know.
Right.
But if you don't take care of yourself like the way you should, sometimes I think you face a little bit more challenges and it gets a little worse. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're getting all the health news. It's 8:08 a.m. in the morning. I know you guys are at home like, oh my gosh, I need to do some yoga or something. Or yes, how's my health? Honey, can you check my blood pressure? Just sit there and let me check.
Let me check.
Yeah.
We have a nurse here.
Yeah. So we now, Alyssa specifically, and Karina, Claudia, I don't think we've worked together at an event yet. Not yet, but the future is still bright. So I know what you ladies mean when you talk about being there in the community and everything and working with people. I've sat next to both of you doing it. Here's the question. People were apprehensive. They didn't want to, maybe they will come, maybe they won't, and they get kind of cold feet. Why was that? Is it because some people are scared of needles and some people are scared of doctor's offices? Or do you think it was because of, you know, misinformation and the wrong ideas about what the preventative treatments were and things like that? Or is it a combination of both? What's your opinion on why people were hesitant?
I believe it's just don't know. You know, if you don't know something, you'll be scared. I mean, you don't want to do it.
Right.
So, you know, the virus was something new, that it was, you know, so many investigations, so many researches. So I think that play a big part of it. But also the misinformation. I mean, part of our roles is to educate our community, going to different places and just answer questions, you know. And so I think it has been very challenging for us. We have been judged a lot too.
Oh God! I see on Facebook. I see the comments. Oh, well,
we just,
they're gonna give you the shot and your head's gonna shrink.
Right. The one that really stuck out to me. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Right.
The one thing that it's just, I mean, I totally understand.
And flu.
Right. Well, I actually gave a vaccine, and you know it's retractable, so the actual needle retracts. So are you putting the chip in? See, look at where's the needle? You put the chip in. That needle, that needle became a chip, and it's in my arm. I'm like,
well, why'd you sign up to come here?
You know,
I know, right? Yeah.
Trying to justify, you know, like no, that's
Try to
not
keep
it.
calm, and they surely understand. I guess
Overall, you have to really take people's emotion and concerns seriously, even though we right now are like really, you know, because we know we're not doing that. But when somebody is like doing it because, well, my company is making me do this because we're all doing it, he was not really wanting to, but he was doing it because his company was making them all get vaccinated. So when I do that, he's like, oh, see, there you go. See, this is what I'm talking about. So and I understand his concern because he doesn't know, and it's the unknown. It's what you've heard, you know, and I think that puts that unsureness of what's going to happen. You know, the unknown is always scary. And so to try to educate more than anything and explain what it is, I showed him the vial, you know, just give them the information that they are looking for, just so they feel a little more comfortable, because I think it's important to build that rapport between them. That way they know, I am somebody you can trust. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to do anything to break that trust.
I think that I think you ladies and VNA as a whole did a good job of the explaining part of it too. Because, and you know, and we joke, but that was kind of my joke and everything, because before I got vaccinated, I was nervous. Was definitely not an anti-vax anybody, but I was nervous. You know, I mean, Karina had to take me to the VNA. She sat in the room like my mom when I was like 8, you know, like she sat right next to me as I got my shot and everything. But so, and I'm using myself as an example. You know, I didn't fall victim to the crazy thoughts and all that, but I did fall victim to simply just
be afraid,
putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow turns to another month. You know, that kind of thing. But that's not good when you're trying to take care of yourself and be healthy. you know.
Right.
And we usually try to inform, and I think it's what I did with you.
Mhm.
You know, I was following up, but
Yeah.
I don't think that I was being like pushy or anything. I was just following
So I'm not
up.
gonna push you, but I'm gonna pull you.
You know, because
Thank you.
I mean, I believe it's what we do. We just inform. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, every single individual has to make their own decision. We can really, you know.
I remember I was gonna get the Janssen, but then I asked the doctor.
Yes.
You know what? It's funny. The doctor was the dude from Africa. He was a short guy.
The nurse.
The nurse.
She's talking about
Yeah,
it.
I can't think of his name.
Okay, yeah.
But he had a big gold
Yeah,
chain on.
yes.
Is that him?
Yeah.
He had a big gold chain.
Yes.
And I remember sitting there like,
Nice and sweet, yes.
He's so sweet.
yeah,
adorable.
he is. He is a great man. He
Yes,
is a
yes.
wonderful. He
Very
is
Very caring.
He is an asset to VNA.
Takes his time, yes.
But I remember I was sitting there, I was like so nervous, and I'm thinking like, I want to leave. And then out comes this dude with a huge gold chain. And I was like, this has to be like, this has to be set up for me. And he was like, are you Cuntis? And I was like, yes. And we went in there, and I was gonna get the Janssen, but then I think, you know, you got Pfizer, and I asked him what he got. He said, I got Pfizer. So I was like, okay, let me get the Pfizer. And then I just felt better.
At ease.
I did.
good.
I really did.
You got the
Because
right guy.
I had like my friends and community there with me. It was a lot better than I actually thought. So, so I say all that to say that when it comes to breaking down the stigmatisms and some of that negativity, I think people would do better to not read on the internet. Stop looking on YouTube.
Yes.
Just get off Facebook.
That's
Call
the
your mom,
research that
call your
people are
friend.
doing.
Exactly.
They're going into the internet, and there's just anybody can just post anything on
Right.
social media, and that was the biggest problem, because there were text, email, videos that were shared by people who God knows who they were.
Yeah.
You know, and claiming they were doctors, they were researchers, and they had labs and all this studies. So people were believing that because
People were believing other people.
Other people,
just because
but-
they were doctors. But
Exactly.
he's like a veterinarian.
right.
he's
Correct.
working on dogs and cats. Why are you listening to him?
Right.
But hey, what do we know, right? The time is 8:15 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We are here with the great team of VNA, Claudia Lopez, Elisa Lana, and Karina Suarez-Darden. So, first Fridays are coming up. This weekend. Yeah, we got claps, too.
I love
First Friday are coming up, and I got some of that nice stuff, which we'll talk about later. Just let people know what's going on in the community. But let's talk about the community event that VNA has coming up
Sunday. Yes,
Sunday.
Sunday.
What's going on this Sunday? I saw that there's gonna be food there.
That's priority.
Like, I don't need no vaccines. I need tacos.
Great. So yes, the event
A taco and a vaccine, a shot and taco. You get
Can
both.
it get better?
is through the city of Aurora.
Okay.
And they are going to have tacos for everyone. Of course, we're going to be there vaccinating. We're going to have all the vaccines available for kids 5 to 11, 12 and up, also boosters, first dose. There is no need of registration, but if
It's
you
helpful.
right. But if you want to be registered, you can contact us, or you can even go to the City of Aurora website, and the link is there. But you guys can always reach out to us. We're here to help you. We're here to serve you and to answer any questions that you guys might have. And it's gonna be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
a good full day event. Not
Yes,
bad. Not
and
bad.
then also we have another one at the Prisco Center on Saturday, and it's called Hispanic Health Fair event, and we're gonna be there from 9 a.m. to noon.
All right. And that's Saturday.
That's
and the other
Saturday.
event is on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. Now, will all of you ladies be there?
Yes.
Okay.
On Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
I'll be
Yes,
Sunday.
Saturday. Yes, I'm planning to be there
All
at
right.
the Prisco Center.
Okay. And we've got our dear friend, Crystal Phillips.
Yes.
You there?
Yes.
Oh,
Our lovely Crystal.
Shouts out to Crystal.
Yay,
She's a great
Crystal.
lady.
Besitos.
We love her.
Oh yes, she's amazing.
So when it comes to now the 28th, or excuse me, Monday of this week, the mask mandate ended in Illinois, with the exception of some Chicago public school districts. They're still in an optional phase, whatever it is. Has VNA policy changed?
We are still maintaining, as we said, we still should be, conservative. So
right.
we are still making sure we wear our masks.
Okay. Now, are there still the drive-up options at locations like Highland? Are those still available? Okay, so pretty much any way to get help is still there and has not changed with VNA.
Right, and the other thing that we're still using is the telehealth, which is important because there's still people who aren't, feeling well, and they're still skeptical, and which is understandable. So we still have the telemedicine right now that we are focusing, and that actually has been very helpful. So this pandemic has actually opened doors. There is something good to these challenges that we face.
Oh yeah.
Because I think one thing I think we've all learned to do more Zoom. That's something that we weren't
very
too
convenient.
Like I go to the
Yeah.
office, no, dog, you know what? Just hit the link. No, we gotta
We'll
see.
just
Disconnect.
see each other. Remember?
Exactly. Turn the camera on.
Absolutely.
Turn the camera off.
You don't want to see this morning, no. So things like that, and I think the telehealth has been very successful. It's been very helpful because people really sometimes don't feel well enough to go to the clinic. And then the other thing is you're exposing other people. So if you are positive, it's good. It's a good idea to know, is this really, is it a flu?
Yeah.
Is it something that I need to go get help? And sometimes you just need the provider to. And we have wonderful nurse practitioners, doctors that what, you'll have an appointment and they'll tell you, what, I think you're really sick, you need to go to the hospital, or you can come to the clinic, or what, this is what you can do for now. So they evaluate each patient, and based on where you're at, how you're feeling, they'll diagnose you if that's something they can do, or come to the clinic, or send you to the hospital, and that's been very helpful. So I think that through these challenges, something good does come from it. More than anything. And one thing that I think that we fell behind is the preventative focus. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Make sure that people are coming back, getting their vaccines for the children, making sure their physicals, because right now everything has lapsed, mammograms, things of that sort. Like, it's not as important right now because our focus was trying to make sure that everybody who is, feeling sick or getting treated. But now we need to focus about prevention, which is really important because sometimes we don't do it. We don't really think about it until you're like, oh, something's not right. And by the time you're actually doing making attention to that, it's a little late. And we've diagnosed people with cancer that they could have been treated a lot earlier and not had such dramatic experiences. Sometimes now the spread, the cancer has spread when it's something that we could have helped, and prevented. So it's very important to make sure that people are focused on prevention. Our bodies are really delicate. Sometimes we don't think so, but we do so much to ourselves and we don't think about it. So I think prevention is really important. And then we have different things that we do at the clinic, to help people. Like, we have the step-by-step classes, to teach you how to eat healthier. If you are diabetic, we look and see what does a community need, and we try to fulfill those needs based on our community needs. And I love that about our clinic. So it's something that's important.
Yeah, but the way the step-by-step classes now are online, so we're just talking about Zoom meetings and stuff. So very convenient. It's every Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11. You don't have to be a VNA patient. You can just register. You can go to our website, and all the information is there. Right now, those classes are offered only in English. They used to be in both languages, but as of right now, it's only in English. Hopefully, we're gonna get in Spanish as well. So.
And that was something that I was doing because that was,
yes.
We cook something healthy, and which is always nice to eat when you're demonstrating.
Wait, what?
Yes.
We have an amazing kitchen.
What? I ain't got that page. Girl, give me that. Oh, really?
And then
Yes,
what's good about it is that they don't have to be VNA patients to register for those classes,
And we're bringing
they're
that back.
free.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're bringing that back.
Yeah, Lisa was one of the ones that started with the
Yeah, and then it's
program.
really nice because you're always learning new, different things that, like one thing I love that we have in the summer, we have like, they come and do like the vegetables, and we have with
Water.
WIC, and trying to teach our kids how to eat healthy. So they'll choose something, and this is one thing that I love, that you choose a vegetable and tell your child, you know what, let's find out what we do with this vegetable, how we cook it, and have them help you.
Right.
And they get more enticed in eating what you're producing, you know. So it's important. So we find different ways to involve the community, bring them together, and, you know, we're looking forward to trying to bring everybody back, you know, little simple things, you know, where we want to use our kitchen. We have an amazing kitchen. It's like one of those fancy ones. And so I was like so happy when I was in there, and now I'm like COVID. I mean, now I was ready getting my cooking skills together.
Yeah, and what's very excited to see, because that was a family program, so you could bring your kids, your mother, your sister, your husband, whatever. So because that would help the way how the whole family eats, and then everybody gets healthy. So hopefully very soon we'll be going back to that format. But it is a really interesting, and they can do it from a home, so they can get things ready and they can prepare it with a family. So it's fun, easy, and a good way to go healthy.
That's right. Because a lot of people in our communities, you know, health. You got to eat healthy.
Exactly.
You have to, and get your kids in the habit of eating healthy now, so to stop those problems in the future. Deb Sturgis, good morning. Marissa, Bianca Camargo. Look at all these people. Vanessa Rodriguez Aguirre, thank you for your good work in the community. Anna Sierra, thank you ladies for your hard work. Mireya Banuelos, good morning to you, dear friend. Good morning, Karina, Johnny Felix, Gary Strong, and Mario Moreno.
Hey.
Hello. Fabiola is here from the Aurora Public Library. Hi, Fabiola. And Alma Bazzini, good morning to you as well. Franca
my
Diccioni.
friend.
That's your friend?
It's my friend.
Hey, y'all tuning in. Y'all got good friends. Like, support your friends. Okay, so the next thing, and I appreciate this information, family dental care, it looks like as well. And
Yes.
This is with Two Rivers Head Start.
Yes.
Okay.
So we partnered up with Two River Head Start, and how it works is if you don't have insurance, you need to call Two River Head Start and apply for a voucher. So this voucher will cover your visit to the dentist in our dental program. And so you will be going for free. I mean, you don't have to pay anything once you have the voucher.
Right.
So I mean, you have to meet some requirements, but that's through the Two River Head Start. And yeah, we basically, what we do is for kids, school exams, x-rays, filling, extractions, cleaning, deep cleanings, oral health education, oral cancer screenings, and yeah, so we are there, and our clinic is located at the Highland location, the dental clinic, and yeah, something to to help our community, and that we are very lucky that Two River Head Start have chosen us, and to be able to help our community.
That's awesome. Yeah. Shouts out to Two Rivers Head Start.
Yes.
So with all of these programs and everything, from dental care to step-by-step wellness and fostering good eating habits,
Behavioral health.
we do. What else do we? I mean, we've got some more stuff here, but is there anything that we don't have yet? I mean, do you guys have like a puppy walking class or something?
You know
like
what?
That? What do you not have?
We do have a lot of things.
You guys got everything.
Well, we're going to be getting massage one.
Yes,
that's my exciting.
Okay.
Therapy massage
One of
for
these, physical
chronic
therapy.
pains. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Physical therapy
Coming
as
soon,
well.
which is really great.
Okay.
That's what I love, that they see what does a community need, and after going through all this, we all need massages. But I mean, I just think that it's important to see, and see assessments what's needed, and we've grown quite a bit where we needed a podiatrist. Now we have podiatrist services here as well.
For those of y'all who don't know, Monica, that's the word of the day, podiatry. For those of y'all who don't know, get your feet right.
Podólogo.
Yeah, so we know
Brenda
that
Booth, good morning.
a lot of people who have diabetes have issues with their feet. So that's very important to take care of them, so that our podiatry will take care of those issues in partnership with the primary doctor. So they communicate and make sure everything is it's okay, they're healthy, because diabetes usually affects the vision and healings of wounds, and normally they don't feel when something is wrong. So that's very important. And, we try to educate people. If you have diabetes, have you go to for the eye doctor? Have you gone to your podiatrist? Have you, how you eating? So it's all part of the wellness, the healthy, keep people healthy and making sure not just treating, illness, but preventive. There is anything else coming, that is going to get complicated.
The time is 8:27 a.m. We are here with VNA Health Care. Good morning, Aurora. Glad to have you ladies here. Alyssa, how long have you been with VNA?
Ooh, I'm between 17 and 18 years.
Let me say Elisa. Let me say it the right way. Not anglicize it. Alyssa! How you say it, Brian? 18 years?
About this.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you can tell I love it.
Oh,
it's I've done a numerous amount of jobs, and it's helped me grow in many ways. I used to be really shy to talk, and I was I am.
I don't believe that.
Nobody believes
No, really.
Ben Geller, good morning.
But I think it's helped me grow from being a nurse. I was a coordinator. I've done outreach community when we had. When we were doing, there's just different opportunities what I've had that I have to speak out and do presentations and talk about our clinic and services. And I think that it helps you grow. And I think it's put me in an uncomfortable place because I'm like, I don't like talking to other people. But I think it's the community need. I love to serve. I love my passions to help our community. And I think this has been, from working in the hospital where I was a bedside nurse and, I worked on a tele floor and surgical and everything. And it's just, patient and you're running around. But it was different because it's just one, people and just a family. But now going into front of people and communities and trying to, grow in that aspect in terms of educating our community and trying to help. And how can we, look and see what's needed in our community and bring that back and say, what can we help? How can we do this? It does put change into what you're doing and how do you speak to everybody and making sure that we can build that rapport from our community to our clinic and be that bridge. And I think that's what I love about it, that you actually see it moving forward, what's going on, what's needed, and VNA is there to help. So I think that just knowing that it's kind of like that mission that you have and you're seeing it's working and moving forward, it's that satisfaction. So I love to go to work. You don't want to go to a job where you have to go and you don't really want to be there. So you don't last there. So when they actually tap into your strengths or make them grow, you stay there longer, and I think this is wonderful with VNA.
I hope your supervisor is watching.
I hope so.
Like, Elisa, we're going to boost your salary up a little bit, girl. We're going to boost your salary up. Yeah.
Make sure you talk to them.
Claudia, what about yourself? How long have you been with VNA?
9 years. 9
9
years.
years.
And as you can tell, Elisa is the reason why I am at VNA.
Oh, she got you the job? Yes. You need friends like that. Like, girl, they hire her.
No, you can see how she's passionate about what she does.
Sure.
And I worked with her before I was with the state programs. So we work very close. We had a lot of events working in Elgin, and I love what she, how she could talk about the clinic and so passionate and what the clinic is about. That's something very rewarding because there is so much needed in the community.
Right.
And a lot of people do not know about what's available to them. So that's our mission. And I love to see, and it's very rewarding to see how people get the assistance and the need that they are actually, looking for, and they don't know where to go. So I've been with VNA. I love what VNA is about. I just adding a little bit of what Elisa said because I can't say much anymore. But it is really, really a great clinic. It has a lot of services for our community, especially for the immigrant community, because they are the more vulnerable, don't know exactly where to go, where to look for things. So VNA, it has a lot of information and a lot of services there for the community.
What was your first job?
My first job was at bank. I worked at the Bank of America for 12 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Different
So
sectors.
I was in the office. I was afraid to, try something new.
Uh-huh.
But then I got the job at the estate, and it was really rewarding too because I was working with, people who needed the services.
That's always,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Karina?
Well, I'm the newbie here. So I've been with VNA for the last 3 years and a half, going to
Okay.
the 4th year in July. And I mean, I love helping our community. I think the main reason that I'm here is because I see the need. A lot of people reach out to me because previous this VNA, this position, I used to work for School District 131 and as a parent liaison. And so I was helping parents, teachers, and students, of course. And I worked there for 12 years.
Wow.
So, and it's how I get connected with different resources here in Aurora. And it helped a lot that I graduated from East High too. So, and
She's
I
been
started,
amazing.
yeah. I'm a tomcat, so but yeah, so I love helping our community, providing them resources. A lot of people even reach out to me, not only for medical needs that they might have, but for anything. Sometimes they think that I can just, search and then here we go.
She's amazing though, because she gets the information from everything.
And sometimes I ask myself.
I need
Housing
somebody to help me with my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I ask myself, like, well, if I don't know that answer, why can't I just say, no, I don't know the answer? I start searching. I'm like, let me find out. I don't know the answer, but I'm going to find out for you. So I don't know. I feel like if someone need something, anything, it's just the step of going to or ask for it. It's just a big step. So I don't want to kind of like let down this person.
No, I feel you. I know what you mean.
So I think, well, if this person reach out to me, maybe if I say no, probably she's not gonna reach out to anybody else.
Right.
So why can't I just, try to find the answer? At least I provide the resource, and that's on her, on him, if he take it or not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. People are calling you. I get calls all time, 5:36 a.m.
Wow.
But it means you're scared or something.
Right.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
We can't pay our rent. I got a baby.
Right.
So it's like, you know what? Anybody who's calling you at 5:36 a.m. is in a spot. And if you don't have, they're probably not going to call nobody else.
But beside that is that trust that they know.
Right.
If you don't have the answer, you may know somebody else, or that you have contacts, or you have heard about other programs that, because they see you in the community, they see you have connections, you go to meetings, you go to events, so the trust is there, and we value that, and so we try to make sure they get the help that they need.
Right.
Right.
Like, are you that skinny guy with Neighbor Project here? I need some assistance. Help me.
Right.
I know you got glasses.
And then also that I wanted something to share is, it really touched me when you reach out to me and said, hey, can you help me out to get vaccinated?
Yeah.
It really did, because sometimes we're humans. I mean, we are humans, and we judge. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I don't judge, and but I understood that it's more. It's not only like you were saying, you weren't, or you never have been anti-vaccine or anything like that, but it was just understanding what's the reason, or just like I just said, the unknown. Okay, so explain me a little bit more. Okay, if I do this, we work in the medical field, right? And we are pretty familiar with all the information. And a lot of time we assume that the people out there has the same information.
Right.
And
they choose not to, but that's not the case. Right.
It's not the case. Or, oh no, it's already in the news. I mean, they explain, they say this vaccine, this. We find out, a lot of times that they have no idea. I mean, how many type of vaccines there? Oh, I just want the 1 dose. No, I want the 2. Oh, I want the one that is 3. So they don't even and it's okay. So that's why we're here. That's our mission, that, in the community. But once, I had that experience that we were, we went together to the clinic and everything. And, the other reason behind, or maybe the main one, it's, and you guys know this, my mom passed away due to COVID. So, she was healthy, she was fine, and, the virus just went to her lungs, and it covers, I want to say, almost 100% with the virus. So she was hospitalized, and so I always, when I help someone, it's always like I feel like my mom is driving me, to do that. I said, okay, good job, because I know that if vaccine would be able at the time when she was sick, she would have just go right away and do it, because she was one of these people like, oh no, we have to believe in science, so yeah, we have to do it. Who knows, I prefer to take the vaccine. So she was very outgoing, and I know that whatever she is happy that I keep helping people.
I'm proud of you.
Very proud.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
She's achieved so much, and she's such a great example.
And they know my mom very close
yeah.
too. So
we love her.
yeah. So and she used to work at VNA.
Yeah.
She used to, and yes, she used to work at VNA. And also, a lot of people think that I start working at VNA because of her, but it wasn't like that.
Oh.
It was.
I didn't know that story.
No, it was a former worker from District 131 who reached out to me and said, hey, I want you in my team. And then I was like, oh, okay, let me see, because it was very alike. It wasn't for the at that time we had a different title. We have community rep. That was our title, right? And it wasn't for the community rep position. It was for another. By the way, it was Healthy Families, another program that we have at VNA. So, and anyways, she was like, well, yeah, let's try, if you want to join our team. And I ended up, applying for a different position. And I love it. It's just helping the community in a different way. I was, at the school environment for so many years.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, it was kind of hard because, just getting to know all the programs that we have. It's amazing. VNA, has 12 clinics, and we have so many programs that trying to help our community. And so it's been a journey, but I think it's a lot more to do, with VNA.
The time is now 8:39 a.m. So I do have another question about you, about the work that you ladies do in the community specific. But I want to give these people some of this First Friday news. Then you get your vaccine too. I'm gonna tell you the fun stuff, but then you go to Primo's or not Primo's. You go to La Sierra. La Sierra.
El Domingo, Sunday.
Yes,
That's
Sunday.
right. Monica, thank you. Took me to a commercial. Thank you. Listen to this. Well, Dolores Mendoza, good morning. Florida Gallo, good morning. Sally Bice, you are here. Hi, Sally Bice. And Tracy Duran, what is up? So listen to this, you guys. First Fridays, I have the list of things going on. I'm going to give you a couple of these, and then we're going to get back to our great conversation here. First Friday is tomorrow, March 4th, celebrating the 10th season of bringing art, music, and more to dozens of downtown store fronts. Now, listen to some of this good stuff. Artisan Lofts at 2 South Stope Avenue will host 36, a solo show by Aurora artist Shelby Anderson, with a raffle for a $36 gift card from 6 to 8:30. They made it really, not 40, but 36. Like, I like how they got the precise amount right there. French 75 will feature petite paintings with a punch, smaller paintings by David Hettinger, Daniel Mundy, and Hope Ashworth, open till midnight. Aurora Tap House is going to have live music from Sonic Soul at 9 p.m. La Quinta will have La Sociedad de Paul and House Margaritas. Holla. Treadwell will host Girl Scouts with cookies outside from 5 to 7. You can visit the shop from 5 to 9 p.m. Tavern on Broadway will feature guitarist Ryan Worthy from 7 to 9 and Marco from 9 to 11. And Aurora Public Library will will celebrate St. Patrick's Day. It's not St. Patrick's Day, what?
17.
Right. They're doing it early. They know these people probably
They want to make sure.
They want to make sure. 17, I think it's Thursday, so I think they want to do it before.
Right. Like, you know what? It's going to be all beer all day. Let's do it now. So the library has St. Patrick's Day with Gleason Irish Trio, virtual reality equipment, and a Lucky Craft will be on hand. And then Indiro will partner with Indivisible Aurora for a chili cook-off from 5 to 8 p.m. Indivisible Aurora, as you guys know, are responsible for the Community Fridge project as well. There is a community fridge underneath the upper deck walkway of Indiro Coffee. That community fridge's purpose is to provide healthy and consistent food options for our most vulnerable populations. So shouts out to our great friends of Indivisible Aurora. And McCarty Mills will be open with art, food, and music. Smiley's Barbecue and Rogue One open until midnight. How about that? The time is 8:42. Okay, here's the next question I got for you. Here's the thing. Now this is I just want to kind of, let's imagine a little bit, right? I am very old. I remember once upon a time.
You're not.
I'm not.
That's what they imagine.
Oh,
You can't even imagine.
Imagine 25 years ago. Okay.
You know, back in the 90s. No,
wow.
I remember that. I remember a time where, and this is before COVID, where there were no a couple, but you coming to do anything at a health location outside of the normal working hours was not a thing. It just wasn't. I mean, maybe in some cases, like SARS and Ebola, hospitals and medical facilities were open a little bit later, a little bit earlier, and went outside of those normal blocks to deal with people. That wasn't always the case, though. It seemed like services were just bada bing, bada boom, 9 to 5. We don't open it the doors open at 9 and they close at 5. So I don't care if you are sick at 4:58. They don't care. Now it doesn't seem like that. Now it seems like there's a little bit more of a human touch to it. Now, I say human touch because I've actually sat with you or sat with you before. So we know that we're in a church. We're in all these places. We're in places that are not doctors' offices. So what do you ladies feel about that? Is that a correct statement? I mean, have you seen it like that before? Was it that way and things are better now? Or have things just not changed in the medical profession? What do you think?
I think one thing is important is, like we, and ourselves at VNA, this is an over 100-year agency organization. This started in 1915 when the pandemic of the flu pandemic came out and surged.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, and it was composed of 9 men and women who were helping during that time and saw the need. And it started with like home health, taking the services to the houses. So I think that one thing we have seen is what can we do to work with our community and provide the services that are needed. And like right now, I mean, if you see, we kind of saw what's going on. People can be coming in. So we put everything outside where cars just drive by. When do you think that you'd see that, a drive-by service to get services? We were doing blood pressures outside. Cars come by, you're diabetic, you can't go into the clinic because, of what's going on. But you know what? It's important to make sure that we're still maintaining your health care. So what we do is get you coming by, we'll take a quick look and see what we can do, get the provider out there and still try to provide that service that is needed.
Right.
That's a drive-by. When would you think, talking about 9 to 5, well, if you don't make it through that window, you're kind of in trouble.
Right.
But now we extended our hours. What do we need? We all got shifted. I was doing COVID. That was what I was doing. I was doing COVID testing, calling, the results, and it was overwhelming. I mean, I would call people to tell them, what, you're positive for COVID, and having the people crying, I don't want to die, because this is what you first heard. If you have COVID, you're going to die. It's so scary. So, the fact that, do we need to expand hours? Do we need to change the way the setup? Now we're doing telehealth. Now we're having cars drive by. So I think that, ideally 9 to 5 is the way we would work. That's the doctor's operating hours, with a normal clinic. But this is a federally qualified health center that works with the community and the needs.
Got it.
So I think that makes a change to see how can we opt to help the community and service the hours that are needed, because people work. Those are working hours. People can't afford to miss work. I don't feel good, but I can't miss work because I'll get fired, and I can't handle that. But yet I need to get seen. But I'm too sick to skip going to the doctors. But I can't miss work because my family needs to eat. So we take that into consideration and makes a
Claudia, you gonna say
difference.
something?
Yes, but most of our clinics are open 8 to 8. Not every day, but some days are. Well, Aurora has 8 to 8 hours, and we're open the 7 days a week in some of the locations. So we were open before until 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So we have expanded our hours for other clinics, but we have locations that are open 7 days a week, and we used to get walk-ins, but now with the COVID, but we can do same day appointments, which is very convenient for the people.
Yeah.
And so they don't have to miss work, if they're sick or the kids are sick, they get called from the school, you have to check your child, gets a fever, COVID symptoms. They can make an appointment the same day and they come into the clinic.
Strange, when kids get home, though, they're better.
Right?
Like,
And
can I go ride my bike? I thought you was... I thought I feel good.
they don't feel too happy with us because they're not going to be at home at 3 days, because they have to wait to make an appointment and come back the next day. They come straight from the school to the clinic.
It's a miracle. You got out of math class and you just boosted right up.
Or exam, right?
Yeah.
So, and beside that, we have house calls. So it's a great service. That's how VNA is started. So house calls, if somebody feels sick and they don't have transportation, they don't have, or they don't feel comfortable coming into the clinic. We have doctors, providers, therapists that they can come and take care of them. So there is no excuse to not be able to see a provider. So we want to make sure people get the assistance and they need it when they, at their convenience.
Time is 8:48 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. This is a good conversation.
Great.
This is a good conversation. I got a couple more specific questions to ask you, but first I want to say good morning to Coyote Duran. He's got a show that he's doing called an all audio in a radio style format, Road Food. What's it called, Coyote? Put the name in there. Yeah, Road Food with Coyote Duran. I guess he's going to be eating and driving. I don't know.
Driving fast because it's a coyote.
Yeah, like that looks kind of dangerous, bro. Eating tacos with one hand on the wheel. But shout out to him. Also, our friend Josue Pais. Get ready for Harry Dog Beast Radio and more great things coming up soon. Scott Hayes, good morning to you. Leo Zarco, good morning. We read Leo Zarco's one of his great poems on Monday. We'll read another one, I think perhaps Friday. Jennifer Ryan Mason, hello there. And who else? Lalo Eduardo Hernandez. Good morning. Okay, so next question. If, I live on the east side of Aurora. Our neighborhoods, seniors, members of the Latino community, members of the African American community, it seems like COVID hit those three groups particularly hard. Like, for example, when we were at Main Baptist Church, everybody who's coming in there, there's white people, black people, old people. I don't know if there's been a time where so many different groups of people, because they were vulnerable, were coming to locations like churches and everything to get vaccinated. So, you ladies have been doing this for a while now. Like, have you seen any, COVID was new, I got that, but have you seen anything that's even close in your history of doing this that was bringing people out of all these different walks of life? Was there anything like that?
Do you mean with the different
cultures and different
and
ethnicities?
unify?
Not in my experience, but I don't know you ladies.
No, but
I
the flu
understand. Yeah, COVID was a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Right.
But the flu has bring people out too, because I don't know if you remember, like 3-4 years ago, the flu was really bad, and people were getting really sick, and they were coming more to the clinics or to the events, because we have always done these events. We have a mobile clinic that we have taken before to the community, to the schools. So we bring it to the schools to get children vaccinated. So when the flu was 3-4 years ago, I saw that a little bit higher, but nothing like the COVID right now.
Right. Sally says, Open Door Clinic 157 South Lincoln opened off hours to serve the HIV medical needs of our community decades ago and is still serving, providing healthcare, mental health care, and housing assistance. 630-261-1819. Well, thank you very much for that, Sally. What does VNA stand for?
Visiting Nurses Association.
Really?
Yes.
Damn, I did not know that.
That's how we started as a nurse.
Yeah, because
Nurses
it was,
visiting and yes, visiting the people were vulnerable that were in rural areas. So we're not able to get the services in the town. So
That's going to be remember that for Jeopardy. Like, what, you can win $10 million.
If you
What does
remember-
VNA stand for? Like,
yeah, a lot of people get confused with
Yeah.
the veteran
Yeah,
services.
good morning,
lot,
good morning.
a
Yeah,
lot
that's right.
With the
Yes.
veterans, yes.
Take notes.
So, time is 8:52. So what's next? We know about what's next in regards to the events coming up this weekend. We've got great stuff on positive parenting, family dental care, and step-by-step wellness classes. But what's next for Elisa, Claudia, and Karina? What's next for you ladies? Where is your journey, or where are your journeys taking you? What do you think?
Well, I think we're trying to focus now to try to bring patients to the clinic
Okay.
for their regular checkup, yearly checkups and everything, and also for the kids, because this is what happened since we focus so much on the pandemic. So and we focus, the three of us focus so much at the vaccine clinics, kind of like we leave it on the side, the yearly checkups and then also the different services, that we offer. So we would like to see our community taking back or take in charge, their health, but like I said, with the yearly checkups, with the dental programs, every 6 months going to the dentist. So more, the regular services that
preventive care.
the preventive
care.
services,
Yes,
right?
So that we were one of the main focus of VNA was preventive care. So we wanted to make sure people get their physicals, the blood tests, and
Right.
the vaccines before, and they don't wait and come to the clinic until they are sick.
Right.
So now we want to make sure now, the pandemic is not under control, but we kind of like know what to do now.
Oh yeah.
So we wanted to make sure they're coming back, they feel secure. We are taking all the measurements, make sure everything it's safe for the patients and for the clinic employees. So we want to make sure they schedule their appointments, their physicals for the children, because a lot of parents were afraid to bring the kids, like Karina was saying, to the clinic out of the house. They were
Right.
doing the telehealth appointments for the children because they were sick. But what about the vaccines, the school physicals? They were some people were behind with the children physicals and vaccines. So we want to make sure they know the clinic is still functioning. They're safe. If they feel sick, they can do the telehealth appointments. But we want to make sure they know that we are open now we have been open for full services. It's not in the clinic the whole time.
Gotcha.
And I think another group that we are focusing is our seniors, are making
Yeah.
sure that it's comfortable for them. They can't be around waiting and standing in line, so making it convenient for them so that way they don't have to be concerned about how am I going to get there, a system, when they come in, a special door for them, just make sure that they're okay. And I think that's important because sometimes we don't want our loved ones that are seniors having to go somewhere where they're uncomfortable, they have to be waiting, they can't really walk. So just to make sure that whatever needs are being needed for them, that we can help
Right.
service
Yeah.
those.
Not
So-
us. Y'all did what to my mama? No. My mama
Yeah,
wait
take care of
outside.
your mama.
No.
Exactly.
Where's the manager?
See, bring them up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So and I think that's something that's important, and we're really focusing on trying to make sure that we can provide those services, and even do home health. They can't, like right now, some of them can't leave their house to come get COVID. We've gone to their houses to provide that service.
How can we help you? How can we, the community, help you?
In many ways,
Yeah,
Many,
sharing
many
the community
ways.
the services that we
See,
have.
see.
Yes.
I think sharing our information, and if you have an event, I think it's important. The word of mouth is a great. The experience you had, honestly, just the way you even explained how
Yeah.
you were vaccinated, the way you felt, that you felt comfortable,
very
you were
powerful.
unsure, it's very powerful. And then I think it affects you, like Karina says, you were happy to have somebody at your side.
Oh, yeah.
And that makes a difference to know that here, you're going to be treated like family, that we really do care about how you're feeling. And I think that's important, your experiences. And whenever you have an event, if we are able to be there, promote the fact that we have all these services, because every time there's so many services every day that we try to make sure that we talk about. And as you see, all the information we've bombarded you with.
Well, we got
This is
more.
liar.
We didn't even talk about it.
anything.
No, and a lot
We
of
can give you a book later on.
and a lot of people do not know that regardless where they live, they can come and get the services or the insurance. They don't have insurance, they can come. We do not turn anybody away regardless
Right.
of the ability to pay. So that's, a lot of people think that because they live out of the counties where we service or we have the clinic, they cannot come. They can come from anywhere.
Right. No, I have been trying. Good job, ladies. Thank you, Alma. And Coyote says, this is an extraordinary stuff here, ladies. Your work and dedication are so appreciated. I really, that was the whole point, because I appreciated I appreciated Karina. I appreciated the VNA being there. And I remember once upon a time in my once upon a life, that kind of stuff was just not available.
Mm-hmm.
It just was not. There
Total
was
different
no,
than
there was no
services.
possible way that, unless you went to Chicago or something, there were just a lack of competent local health services. Just like with all these other places, these food banks and all this other kind of stuff. Like I think that one of the good things and I'll stop talking after this. I think one of the good things this pandemic did was it made it plain how bad some people were actually living.
Right.
People didn't have access to like food or like fresh food. It showed food deserts and all these other kind of things. And like it showed that people can't, healthcare facilities and all these other organizations are able to go to the community. Like it showed in a way that the world just cannot continue to operate in an office 9 to 5, and that's it. So I like that VNA is open and all these different things to help people be better, because you can't just do, a lot of these things they don't teach in school. These health tips that help families stop childhood obesity, learn how to eat healthy now so your kids don't, take care of your dental care now. We will come there. You don't have to pay. It's like, I think that's a good thing. That's that's probably the best thing that came out of COVID. That's the best thing. Like, that's just my opinion.
We also, we have the WIC program, and the WIC program is great. They provide you coupons, for healthy foods and for kids from 0 to 5 years old. And I remember I took advantage of that program, and I learned so much. I didn't know how much sugar was, in a cup of milk, the difference between regular 2%, 1%.
Right.
I was like, it's milk, right? Okay, well, it doesn't have too much fat. That's all it means. So, so I think we provide so many resources, but a lot of times we don't really take advantage of them.
Right.
But definitely, like you were saying, I think our clinic has so many programs that, like before, we weren't able to get access to those programs. So, so.
Well, the time is 9:01.
We went over.
We did. This was a good episode, though. I think we had a good talk here. We had a really good talk. And you ladies will continue to be in our news every day.
Thank you so much for having us.
We are happy to shout you ladies out.
No, and I want to make sure to say this. You are very supportive of VNA. I think almost every day you give us a shout out. So
Always.
Monica, you
Always.
too.
Yeah, Monica,
Thank
thank
Like
you.
us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. We have a Facebook videos now. I think
We have
it
a
was
VNA
today.
I saw that.
VNA,
VNA,
We're
right?
doing that, yeah, we have that, and we're
VNA
doing
today.
tonight. It's going to come up the other one, and I will be
And
on
you-
there as
she
well.
will be there.
Good.
Yes.
What time is it going to be?
I think 5 o'clock or something.
Okay.
The
gonna be on our
host is from
website,
Telemundo.
and on
Yes.
Facebook.
Mhm.
Okay.
So VNA today, and that's another way. That's how we're trying to show our community that even giving them information about how they can keep up and maintain and be healthy,
Yeah.
and let them know of the services that we provide. Because as you can see, in an hour, we're still got more information to share.
Oh,
you
we
know.
have
We haven't
tons of
even talked
flyers.
about
We went
behavioral
through
health and
the whole day.
He's like, stop,
Well,
no more.
the good thing about it is that you are one of those groups and organizations and three great ladies that we can do a part
Thank you.
everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it. The show ends on a positive note, as you ladies know, and certainly as you know. What is your message today for the people of Aurora and anybody watching, tuning in?
Be compassionate.
Yeah.
Just love each other. Respect each other. I think that's one of the special keys.
Okay. Good advice. Karina?
Empathy. We just need to have more empathy.
Okay. More empathy. I agree with that. Elisa?
I think one thing is to try to understand other people's why they choose to do the things they do. Sometimes we're on reactive mode. Somebody says something to you and you react. And I think that, and we judge, and that's not ideal, and especially in a society right now where we're all apprehensive. Somebody says something and you react, and you don't want to be staying behind, and everybody's carrying a cross. And what is their challenges? And understanding that there's a reason. There's always challenges for people carrying. Sometimes we don't think about it. We think about how we're feeling and what's going on with us, but think about what the other person might be going through, you know. And I think that helps understand and make this world a little bit better and understanding, because, you know, somebody's carrying something, you know, a challenge really hard, and I've seen that many times. And sometimes they'll snap at you, and you're like, "What's your problem?" You know, and that's not what it is. It's understanding what's going on, why are they reacting that way. And I think just trying to be understanding with other people of what maybe they'll be carrying, and just not be so reactive with everything. There's always so many challenges you see in the streets, you know, road rages and stuff like that. You don't know what's going on. So I just think just don't be in the reactive mode, I think is important.
She's the most calm and lovely person in the world.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, I think is where we will end it. Thank you, VNA.
Thank you for having
very
us
much. Thank you very much, Sally Bice, for that. And take care of yourself and each other.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page.
Yeah, do that.
VNA Health Care, yes,
Right.
VNA Health Care, and make sure you shout out to Elisa's video.
Shout